I'm pretty sure many of the viewers of this video are interested in increasing relationships with vendors in a more profound manner, as well as finding ways of reducing costs. I'm Bob Britting, president of the HI Edge. We are a performance plus company that focuses on these types of things using structure definition and architectural behavioral communications. I'm a former pharmaceutical executive director, chief healthcare strategist, a vice president for a couple of major healthcare advertising firms serving the pharmaceutical industry, among other positions. I'm contracted as an outside consultant. In your business, you sell medications and services that include well thought out strategies, and they're vetted at all levels of the organization. But have you sat down with your vendors and agreed to a set of objectives and strategies that are directly in line with yours? And I'm not just talking about advertising. It's important to note we're not bashing vendors. They're incredibly valuable to your success. Our goal here is to make sure that they're on the same page and provide ways to engage them more profoundly in your business. Are your vendors aligned with your hard objectives? Are they really accountable for the same things you are? For example, do they have any specific responsibility for revenues? Are they being held accountable for sales and market expansion as you are? Margin and profits. While vendors can't determine production versus sales prices, for example, they can contribute to margins based on efficiencies and effectiveness of their staff. Increase market share. What if you haven't achieved the share of market using the vendor's communications plan? Are they responsible in any way? Staffing effectiveness. Is the staff up to your standards? Is there a formal evaluation program to identify vendor staffing deficiencies to correct or even change an individual, unfortunately, to fit your needs? And what about Salesforce effectiveness? We've seen significant differences with some of our clients between what the vendor thinks and what the Salesforce thinks in terms of servicing customers and advertising communication messaging. There are sometimes a major disconnect. Aren't these the type of things for which you are held accountable? And shouldn't they have some stake in the game too? Vendors need clear direction too. Of course, sometimes vendors can only have responsibility for some of these things, but they need clarity as well. It's critical that their development as essential partners with you. It also means long-term contracts for them when they achieve the same goals as you do. At Health Initiatives, we build strategic vendor landscape. The following is a brief description of what that is. We understand the landscape. Having served earlier in my career as a market research director, among other things, I believe understanding the whys is the most important element of the process. As they say in IT, garbage in, garbage out. And the same holds true for gathering information, and it goes beyond typical market research. We initialize and establish goals and install infrastructure. What do vendors really need to know to advance your business? Do they really understand the marketing analytics process and how it can drive business? Are they politically astute and so on? We build self-correction environment. Do they have self-healing culture and acute self-awareness? We deploy and improve performance. We work with individuals and their senior management to construct an architecture reflecting greater efficiencies and effectiveness, and ensure that the staff serving you is clear of what is expected of them, and to help train them if it's necessary. We'll expand the scope of the initiatives. We'll look to add, contract, or enhance the steps necessary to achieve the vendor's objectives. We solidify vendor-client relationships. We build a solid relationship between the frontline people working on both sides of the fence. It's a highly critical factor when you're paying millions of dollars for a service. We sustain performance and excellence. We not only build, but monitor the process and refine the programs to ensure success on a continuing basis for however long you think it's necessary. And we build trust, one of the most important emotional factors between companies and individuals. It sometimes gets lost when performance is not up to par. These steps will help ensure your vendors have all of the same objectives as you do, whatever they might be. Thank you for your time. We hope it was beneficial.